ones I think they do too.
Yeah.
Hot Shot, Hank, and Buddy are patterned. They're broke.
They're broke
And I think that
they don't need you overly telling them how to do their job.
right,
Yeah.
because we've trained them to be that way. We've taught them to be soft on pressure, and then I think like all of us and anyone else who rides can agree that they get handsy and they get over the top because slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And my brother would say that to me when we dirt bike together, and it's true because when you get up to your barrel, if you just let them work versus trying to pull them back and their heads are up and things like that, like
Fighting them.
Yeah.
so if maybe we have something that doesn't give them, because the way that they're reacting is what we're teaching them. So like you say, like, changing them to something a little less, maybe they.
Are you like Hank in a snaffle, right?
Yeah.
Like he works better in a snaffle.
He does.
But at the same time, it's like you didn't want you to before state.
But then I'm sitting
like
here
the
thinking,
fine line.
like, I got 7th out of 10th. That's not very good. I mean, honestly. And a lot of it was me because I look at my pictures and my videos and I'm like, wow, I'm behind him. I hung on to him too much. Had I had a different bit in him that wasn't so, hey, here, would he be able to kind of work himself out a little more? And if I got off my ass and...
Well, and I look at my videos too, and like I feel like I lift him and he like turns too much.
Because that's what he's taught.
He has too much lift though.
Right.
That's why I switched bits on Hot Shot because I felt he would get dodgy or like skippy around the barrels because it was too much, and I needed a bit that he could almost run through a little bit more.
Right.
So that's why I switched to the micro lifter because I tried a snaffle and he wasn't lifting his shoulder. But then I switched to the micro lifter and I'm able to still get that same response, but he's able to like really push through still.
Yeah. And that's our fault in the sense because we've got them so soft.
Too soft.
We've got we do, like, our slow work is impeccable.
Yeah. Then they get pissed.
Right. So it's like that fine line that you figure out, like, okay, can I trust myself to be lighter handed or not? And then it's kind of like, well, maybe
Switching it.
not. Like, don't rely on us to be softer because you think, like, if you just let them turn around a barrel nice and smooth, it's going to be faster. But when you're in the moment and you go around it, you're like, no, I got to get there, I got to go. And that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's not the right way to do it. It's the wrong way to do it because it's putting too much.
How did your state go?
Well, let's do like we did months before with me, like with you.
Oh yeah. Well,
Like,
should we
we
start
did
like
up to
even
state.
more months before with G?
Okay, so to sum it up, in January I got a client horse in, Gigi, and the hopes for her was to get her as solid as I could because she'd been pretty abused, and then the owner was hopeful to, get her back and be able to ride her. Circumstances changed for her owner at the time, and I was fortunate enough to be able to get this horse. So she is now ours. And then I worked real hard trying to get her going. She started going real good. I had taken her to 2 shows, and this 3rd show was going to be our one to get rated and hopefully keep going. We had just started loping the patterns, and I had her tied up to the trailer. And she got scared of something. I wasn't there, but my husband and Cody's husband and some other friends were there and saw, and she couldn't break the halter, and she kept pulling back and flipped over and ended up tearing her whole right hamstring side. And so that led her to stall rest for months. And she'd been a couple times. She kept progressing, which was good. We did have a time where she was not doing well. She kept laying down, and it was pretty scary. There was a chance we could have lost her. Yeah, she swole. I mean, it was bad. Blood clots, tears, everything. Long and short of it is, back in September, mid-September, I took her back for her final visit. hoping we don't have to go back. And I was told that I could start slowly exercising her, bringing back up, and she'll let me know what she can handle. So we don't know. Her future's still up in the air. Hank has been pretty solid all year. We have battled shoulder issues where he's thrown his shoulder out a couple times, and we've been lucky enough to put it back in. State, we got to state and pulled him out of the trailer, took him down to the stall, seemed all right, went up, kind of set up camp, came back down later, and he could hardly walk. So we did a bunch of therapies. Cody had a bunch of stuff. Amanda was fixing his back, his shoulder, everything back together. We all just kind of came together. Long and short of it, he pulled through and he ran. And he ran fantastic.
Not a lame step.
No, not a lame step, not ever a concern. However, me, on the other hand, did not ride very fantastic.
All thanks to those 2 years old men.
Absolutely.
Why do you think? Were you waiting for something to go wrong, or was it G? Was it other things going on?
Honestly, I really feel that it has been a rough year in the sense of finances, because Ty ended up not staying at his job and starting a new company, and that really put a huge strain on the financial part of it.
It made it really
Waiting for
hard.
it to get going.
Made it hard, waited for it to get going. G was very upsetting. Unfortunately, I've been down this path before, so it wasn't anything new.
Plus,
But I also overdid myself with a lot of client horses this year. And truth be told, I do feel, because of all the things going together, I do feel like it took a little bit of the fun out of my personal horses and trying to, have growth, because I also have Swagger, who is a young colt that I had a lot of plans to take to all the shows and do these things, but I just felt like I kind of
these are
lost a lot of motivation, because I'd have 4 or 5 horses at a time, plus my own, and drop off at school, pick up at school. You have a 6-hour window to do these many horses, and it doesn't always happen. And so I think that put a little bit of a damper on it. And I do think missing some shows kind of gave us all a little bit of FOMO with our
I feel like
Region 4 family.
We didn't do enough 2-day shows.
I don't think they had. I think they only had 3.
Yeah, but we didn't
We only did
we
one.
only did one.
Oh, I did.
That's right, you did
2
2
and 3. I just didn't do the
Series.
series. But
Yeah, I mean, I think that I really honestly, I don't think I have an answer of how we could totally make it more enjoyable.
yeah.
Because I think it's just one of those things that, like, you're in it or you're not, and I know we're in it, but I'm not sure what changed from now to a while ago. I feel like
2023.
yeah, and I feel like the saying of as you get older, time goes faster is not a lie. I think it's straight true.
Well, I think because in 2023, like, I feel like we all came back to it. I don't know about you guys, but like that was the first year I competed, and Anna had her first horse and started.
Yes.
And then was that when you came back with Buddy, right? Like
I think
you
so,
started,
yeah, after
and then
his-
he tore.
After his tear, yeah.
23 was good for me because I got reserve at state.
Yeah.
Last year I got 7th. This year I got 7th. And, last year I had hopes for Diva, to have Diva and Hank. And before we left for LA, Diva tore her suspensory. And, I just feel like that's kind of where the cookie's been crumbling lately, because before that was Sandy, and ended up, that was a whole disaster. I mean, that's
big
just,
disaster.
me specifically, is just every year. And before that was Darla, and it's just like every year I feel like someone kicks the bucket.
Or gets hurt.
Yeah, and I mean, out of the 3 horses in the 3 years, 2 have had to be put down, and one of them ended up getting sold just because, I didn't have the time, and I don't think I really had the motivation to put what she needed into her, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, and I think she enjoys being the only horse.
She absolutely does. She does. And I am not a one horse person. I mean, don't we all wish we could just have one horse that we knew would last,
Yeah.
right? But that,
Like Hank and Freddie and Hotshot.
yep. I mean, we love our girls, but, you know, we don't know.
The boys last longer.
Well, like,
It's looking that way.
Even with our girls, like, it's never granted.
Correct.
Well, none
Like,
of them it is.
Especially, I think, for, like, me with little, like, it's not me, who knows, like, when we start running, we might not click. And that's okay, because I might not be the person for her.
Yeah.
And she may excel with another person, but I feel like we are clicked. We have clicked, but, like, there's that chance, is that it just one day, it might not. Like, we might fight with each other too much, or I might get in her way too much, and she just...
But I think that's how you get good with the horse. Is
Yeah.
I think you have to have downs.
Oh yeah. You
So-
have to have a lot of
Ups
conversations.
and downs.
I mean, I started Hank, and he was a turd when we first started doing it.
Of course.
He's never been like a bucker or a bolter or anything like that. Well, I shouldn't say never been a bucker because he's a baby bucker.
Until Uncle.
Yeah.
broke him.
But when I first started loping him in gymkhanas, he bucked a bunch. Not hard. You could stay on it, but he did. And you know, I think that with horses, like with anything else, friendships, relationships, it's a give and take thing.
Yeah.
Some things you just have to let a dead dog lie, you know, and work around it. You just don't work around it.
Well, especially with young ones, because Hank was young when you first started. So
Yep.
with some things, it's like, okay, is this going to work out of itself, or is this going to be a consistent thing?
Yeah, he was young but old. He was like almost 4.
But he was started at 4 or 3.
Yeah.
He wasn't started before I got him.
That's what I mean. Is
Oh,
when
yeah.
you got him,
Yeah.
he was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, so he was, I mean, he was a little older, but yes, he was young,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Right.
Like, you know, you think like starting is usually like 2,
Colts, yeah.
you know?